Hey, what is up, guys? It's Brendan here, and today we're going to take a look at Square pricing. How much does Square cost when it comes to their processing fees, plans, and everything you need to know when it comes to how much Square actually costs when you're looking to get started and using Square in your small business. So that's what we're going to be diving into here in today's video. And if you do want to check out Square or follow along in today's video, you can go and check out that first link down below in the video description. That's brendanvalesky.com/Square, and that will take you right over to Square, where you can get started with Square for free. Today, again, we're going to be taking a look at all of the different pricing with Square in this video. Again, some of the links in the video description are affiliate links, which is a great way to help out and support the channel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into things again on Square and how much it actually costs. So I did mention, of course, that you can get started with Square for free. Again, like I said, at that first link down below in the description. But it is true, Square actually does have some free options when it comes to getting started in your small business, and that's why they are one of the most popular small business solutions when it comes to accepting payments, building out websites, and point of sale hardware, and their overall software system in terms of processing payments, so you can actually get started with your business and accepting those credit card transactions and processing payments in your business, no matter what type of payment it actually might be, as well as other types of small business tools when it comes to like their point of sale hardware and systems, managing different products, even inventory, processing payment to even employees. Square does have a wide variety of different software, appointment booking, scheduling software. Square does have a lot of solutions when it comes to servicing small and upcoming restaurants, retail stores, beauty salons, and just service-based businesses as well. Now, if we first take a look just at their pricing page to give you a general idea, you can start for free. And what Square does is they generally offer you a lot of add-ons to that free plan. They do also have a pro plan, which we'll be taking a look at a little bit later in this video as well, just to give you a general overview of everything you could expect with Square. Now, again, like I said, you can start for free, and they do even have a free processing plan for actually charging credit cards and things like that as well in terms of equipment. We'll get into that in just a moment. But as far as the free plan, now, like most companies that do offer free plans, you will still be paying processing fees, whether you're doing invoicing or selling online as well. Again, selling in person, online, over the phone. There aren't any setup fees or monthly fees, and you're only going to pay when you take a payment. Now, those processing fees are going to vary depending on the overall volume that you may be processing within your business. If you're a brand new beginner, maybe that's zero right now. Or if you are already an established business, maybe you do have some transaction volume that you're coming into the game with. So that's something else to consider as well as far as those processing fees. Now, the base rates, just to look at the processing fees specifically, because you're going to be paying this no matter what plan you actually do decide to go with Square. Even if you are on the free version of Square, you will still be paying processing fees. Now, you really honestly can't get away from processing fees unless you're just transacting cash in your business, which in that case, then you have to actually manage the cash, deposit into a bank account, or stuff it under your mattress. Whatever you want to do is up to you with your money, of course. Obviously reporting everything to the IRS and making sure your business is good general practice. But of course, outside of cash-based businesses and managing the cash itself, you're going to have processing fees when it comes to credit cards primarily, right? So you can't really completely avoid fees in general, but there are different rates depending on how you're going to be entering them. As you can see, the base processing rate is 2.6 plus 10 cents per transaction, so 2.6%. That's the in-person, right? That's all the taps when it comes to like Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express. Those are all going to cost that same rate. And then you have online is a little higher at 2.9%. This is based on risk, right? Fraud protection, things like that. If you're in person, less chance of fraud than versus online. Things like that. You have manually entering customer card details. So if you're going to be manually processing it, is a bit more expensive at 3.5%. And then invoices, because, invoicing is generally like a service that you're utilizing their invoicing or the ability to process invoices, you're going to pay that 3.3%. plus 30 cents per transaction. Now, again, all this processing fees is accurate as in the making of today's video. So I just want to say that disclaimer there as well. Now, in terms of the actual rates, you can potentially get some discounts on these rates if you have higher volumes. But generally speaking, most people on Square are probably going to be paying these fees. If you're an enterprise level client, higher level client, maybe you might get some custom, premium processing fees, custom processing rates may be available pending eligibility. That's going to be people that are scaling and much larger amounts of transactions. Maybe you might be able to get that. Just depends on how big your business is and the stage of your business. Now, so if you're going to be getting started for free, you pay those processing rates. And if you're just brand new looking to, hey, how can I actually process payments in your business, right? So the one thing I'm leaving out so far is the actual ability to then, how do you swipe those cards, right? So Square does offer point of sale hardware and equipment. Now, they do actually offer a completely free terminal, a couple of different options. You do have two options because they do have a lot of paid terminals. We'll get into that in a moment. But they do actually have the Square Reader for MagStripe that you can get. Now, this is a magnetic strip reader for swiping credit cards anywhere on your smartphone or tablet, and the first reader is free. This sort of gets a lot of people in the door in using Square. So again, they want you as a business, they're going to offer that, and that is a reader that you can get for free in order to start processing payments. Just all you would need is a cell phone to then plug that into in order to actually process the payments and utilizing the Square app. So you do get that ability there, and the first reader is free. So you can get that. Another way that you can process payments for free in terms of the hardware side of things is as well as they do have contactless payments with just a phone. Again, no hardware needed. So you can do tap to pay on iPhone or tap to pay on Android. So you do have the options there on iPhone and Android. However, you do need at least a certain model of iPhone or Android. So if you have like a totally ancient iPhone or Android, it may not necessarily work, but if you have like one within at least the last 5-10 years, even maybe it might just be maybe just within the last 5 years. If your phone isn't a dinosaur, you should be good to go there if you just want to take payments with your phone as well. Or if you just want to use the Square, reader, that should work on pretty much any phone, especially even with the, the headphone jack version, comparatively. So you should be good to go here. If your phone is a little bit out of date. So in terms of other equipment, of course, that is if you're looking for the completely free solution in Square. The way that Square generally works, again, is sort of their add-on based setup. So that's the completely free version. Now, if you're going to be going a little bit beyond just the basic level of selling, in person, maybe you build out a website, in terms of what's included in every Square account, you get the free point of sale app, you get obviously the online sign up, you get the dispute management, live phone support, account takeover protection, fraud protection, encrypted payments, transfers as soon as next business day. That is what is available within every Square account. And then in terms of the other free solutions, again, like I said, you get the Square point of sale, you get the online store, you get invoicing, you get the virtual terminal, like, turning as like a phone, you get online checkout and a customer directory. I have walked through the free version of Square and exactly what that kind of looks like as well in other videos on the channel. And then in terms of the other paid tools that are add-ons, if you look at commerce, if you have Afterpay, that's something else you can enable. That's another way to take payments. That's going to cost you a little bit more per transaction. If you have other tools, right? These are all the other add-ons that are going to cost additional money. If you want to do email marketing, it's an extra $15 a month. Again, all this pricing is accurate as the making of today's video. It might be higher when you check the pricing page to get the most realistic and up-to-date pricing. You also have loyalty program. That's going to be $45 a month. So you have text message marketing, right? $10 a month. So the add-ons can add up. They do also have banking as well, which is no fees. So they do have banking there. You can do loans to them as well. They do kind of upsell loans, as well as if you do have staff, they do offer payroll, which you're going to be paying for payroll software no matter where you go. But I figured I would mention they do also offer that as an add-on, as well as advanced access, such as like custom permissions, team members, things like that. And that's going to cost you more money per location. So those are all the add-on tools within Square. Now, in terms of the difference here between the free and plus, I'm not going to be going into the premium because, again, that is more complex operations, you have to contact their sales team to actually get the pricing on the premium custom plan. But for the plus plan, the difference here with the plus plan is if you are going to need inventory management, if you're going to need advanced point of sale features, things like if you are running a restaurant, you're probably going to want the Pro plan, as well as if you have a retail store, you're probably going to want the Pro plan, because that does give you the ability to manage inventory a bit better. Again, on the advanced inventory tools, you also get the advanced table management, kitchen display setup for restaurants. And for appointments, they do actually have a free version that you can do within appointments. But if you're going to be running like a proper salon or construction business with lots of appointments, might make sense to go with the Pro version just so you have better team management skills if you are in a more advanced set situation. I have covered Square appointments as well in other videos on the channel here as well. Do highly recommend them. Now, in terms of the other hardware, this is also what costs money too within Square. So if you are going to be buying a register, you can either finance it. They do offer financing on those. They have registers. So you go to the pricing pages to get the spiel. But they have Square registers. Those are the most expensive. They have stands. They have terminals. All these different types of point of sale hardware are going to cost money, right? The registers, the terminals, they have kiosks, which is a newer platform as well, which is pretty cool, which is self-service for restaurants. So you can kind of cut down on maybe some of your labor costs there. You do also have the Square stand. You also have the Square reader and the first and second generation. So realistically, you might spend a little bit of money, like one-time cost, or if you're going to be financing them on some of these terminals. They the cheaper ones aren't so expensive. But obviously it does add up, especially if you're going to have, multiple registers or terminals. It can add up in terms of cost. So it just depends on what you're looking at. So it might cost you a bit, but they do have, like I said at the very beginning of the video, they do have free versions and free ways to get your business started. And then as you scale, you can always get a register, like a proper register, a proper terminal later on down the road. You're not necessarily, forced into that just when you're getting started. You can get started for such a low barrier to entry. And get, start processing payments, get your business going completely for free. And then as you start to make money in your business, you can always scale up and move on to maybe the plus plan if it makes sense for you, or even, some of the other tools that you might want to add on to your business as well. So those are other things to consider, or even just more point of sale hardware and equipment as you grow and scale your business. So hopefully that kind of helps you understand all the different costs associated with Square. Again, you have the hardware cost, you have the processing fees cost, and you have the monthly fee cost potentially. But there are ways to do that all. Free hardware, not free processing. You can't get away from the processing fees, or free plan. So you can start out, again, with a very low barrier to entry and scale up over time. That's the whole beauty of Square. That's why a lot of people do get started with Square in the business. But I figured hopefully this breakdown does help you understand all the different kinds of pricing and costs that might be associated with Square. They do have a very low barrier to entry, but over time it can get kind of expensive. So if you are a larger business, might make sense to look elsewhere, potentially at other point of sale companies or other e-commerce companies. It just depends where you're at in your business. Square can also scale up really well over time too. It just depends on the solution that might make sense for you. They are a little bit more, hands off when it comes to the overall approach for beginners, because they have a lot of things available for free. So Square is a good solution there. Maybe if you are larger, it might be better to look at other platforms, but again, Square could still be the right solution for you. It is worth at least testing them out maybe. And then over time, maybe decide what you ultimately want to go with. But again, hopefully this pricing breakdown video helped you. Again, if you do want to sign up with Square, get started with Square for free today, you can go and check out that first link down below in the description. That's brennanvalesky.com/Square. We'll take you right over to Square where you can get started with Square for free today. Again, guys, if you enjoyed this video, then be sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button as well, notification bell as well, so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. But anyway, guys, that was all for today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.